Check 1 2. Just getting set up for the guys that get the notification. Gonna get some links out. So give me a few minutes to do that. And just a couple more places here. And just one more, then I'll be able to get started. Hey Richard. Hey Luke. Alright, so yeah, let me know how my audio is. Seems a little loud for some reason, but if it's too loud, let me know. I can always turn it down. Just logged this engineer on and got him into the zone. Make sure everything's working properly. Let's see, I don't even know. Haven't really played this guy since the last soft launch. Don't even know. I'll probably want to equip that. Go ahead and sell this. Just clear my bags here before we get started. Don't need that. That was the quest weapon you get when you come into the zone. Well below what I would need. Good. See, I wanted to play the engineer because engineer was one of my. It's a rifle. I don't need the rifle. Engineer was one of my favorite classes. It's actually an upgrade. Might as well put that on. In the last version of the soft launch, really liked it, found it enjoyable, but I know they did a lot of changes. I also didn't think it was overbalanced. I think it had a lot of potential, but they made a lot of changes. I just sell these because I don't really want to go to the mailbox. Alright, let's just see what see what my gear looks like. Let's see. Yeah, might as well equip that. I don't want to lose wounds. I thought I had. Did I sell that other? I think I sold that gun. That was actually an upgrade. That's unfortunate. Let's see if this guy happens to have any upgrades for me. No, not really an upgrade. No. No. This pistol, weapon skill over wounds and focus. No, not much as far as upgrades there. So if we look at my equipment, it's not going to be great because it's not a class that I really twinked out in the last soft launch. So level 10, level 9 stuff, level 13 weapon, level 15 legs, 13 14 tool satchel, 12 pistol, and 13. It looks like I went 39 in weapons, 30 in focus, and 30 in wounds. So I'm dealing with 184 energy, 135 power, and 1227 hit points, or health, as it were. So I'm going to get these side quests, but honestly, I'm going to spend more time. I mean, I've done the quests so many times. I'm probably going to spend more time just going to different spots and testing out how this engineer plays now than doing all the quests. I'll do some of the quests, especially getting up to the camp and stuff like that to get the fast travels. That'll definitely be something I'll do. Let's take a look at my spec real quick. Pretty sure I spec'd all in, yeah, put all 15 in aim shot. So this is my primary damage. The problem's going to be the big, what I'm going to call the nerf stick hit these turrets, right? So where turrets before started at 60% of your stats, they now start at 25% of your stats. And to get back up to 55%, you got to put 3 ability points in it. Hey, Don. To get past that 60%, you've got to put another 3 ability points in it. So to get your turret back up to the level it was and a little bit more prior to the changes, you have to spend 6 ability points. That's a lot of ability points to get it back to where it was. And we're going to talk about that. I also got Concussive Strike. This is one I probably will be spending at least 1 point in it pretty quickly. Get that extra 2 seconds of stun and then probably stop there. Energy may be something I need. But yeah, the biggest thing is I feel like I'm almost going to have to put points right here in Shield Wall to make this thing viable. But you don't want to put too many points because it's always going to be 15 seconds. So you want to make sure. I don't think there's ever going to be a reason to go up to the level 6 because it's going to have too many hit points. And most of the time, it's going to time out at 15 seconds prior to it ever even using that health. Well, where before it was a balance between as you were leveling it up, some were giving more stats, some were giving extended length. So I'm just gonna hit a couple of wolves on the way just so I can quickly remember how to play the class. The big change is I'm gonna have to get let's see, why is my something with this account? It's weird. Yeah, big thing I'll have to get used to is what energy is like now with this guy. You know, they were really good on energy because they had the bug with their one skill that basically gave them unlimited energy because they had in combat regen. But you know, with using the aim shot and trying to drop turrets and stuns all the time just to stay alive, it's going to be real interesting to see what this guy's energy does. I feel like I've got some pots, and I'm probably going to have to hit town and get some food and drink. Because I feel like on the Witch Hunter, I was constantly out of health after every fight. I have the feeling the engineer in this spec's going to be out of energy all the time when I actually get into it. Just kind of getting an idea of how much that thing can taunt. See, 9 people on the stream so far, not bad. If you're a first-time listener, viewer, you hit that subscribe button. You can sign up for notifications. Haven't been doing too many streams. I don't know that I want to, go through every class again in the forest. Just time has not been on my side. I do enjoy it, but I'm waiting for more content. I did a recording yesterday with my warrior priest where I happened to find, I think, 3 or 4 bosses up, and recorded the whole thing, soloing all those bosses, including the bear again, and then realized after I viewed the recording and was about to upload it, I had forgotten to take off some text from a previous stream, so I kind of ruined that stream a little bit, which is unfortunate. There must be something different about this instance of BlueStacks that I have, the way I have it configured, because on my Warrior Priest instance, I'm typically running about 30 to 40% frames per second, and I'm running 20 on this guy. My keyboard's real sluggish. I don't know why that is. So you can see my shield turret, broke down because of, oh, I'm gonna die. Luckily, I got that off. Shield turret broke down because of time. I don't think due to hit points. Gotta be careful here. I need to get to town and get some food for sure. Yeah, you can definitely do that when you're running. Let me go back. I thought I finished this quest, but I guess I missed the last part of it. So we're gonna have to pot up. Don't have a lot of this pots on this guy, so I'm not gonna transfer any because I want to give it a fair shot here as to how the class really plays. What I like about the stun is you can use the stun in between the fights where your turret is down, and I'm definitely going to go with that extra 2 seconds. Well, it's doing that thing where it auto, okay, it's just auto going, doing crazy stuff here. What's going on? It's just, what is going on? Really can't wait for iOS to be released. a little bit over playing on the PC and the Android emulator, to be honest. So hopefully, I mean, I don't know, at this point, we're at the fourth. I mean, are they even gonna? Is Apple even gonna approve it before that's 22nd and before they have a new build out? That's the question at this point. Going the wrong way. It's hard to imagine how Apple is taking 2 weeks to approve an app. What else? How is everybody? People that are watching that play the game. Are you still playing, or have you gotten through all the content in the forest, and now you're just waiting for the next thing? You grinding rep. I think I'm at about 24K on my warrior priest with the Rose Guardian or whatever rep that is for the warrior priest vendor. So what do I have? A little bit over 1,000 mobs left to kill, which is a lot. A lot of mobs, and it costs me about every time that I have to go and repair after I grind some rep. It costs me about 50 silver right now based on my current equipment. It's pretty expensive. A lot of times I will just. It's not even worth like going back to town to sell most of the stuff you have. I mean, some of the silver, the gray stuff you get equipment wise sells for like 8 copper, bronze, whatever they are. Doesn't add up to anything. So a lot of times I'll just destroy it and keep on grinding rather than keep overburdened and be walking between wolves. Well, it's easy. No, there's no doubt it's easy, Richard. It's just very very time consuming at 5 rep per kill. I mean, hours and hours and hours. And as we talked about before, people are doing it now because they're well max rep as far as I know right now. I'm at so I got to 12 and then it went from 12 to 30K. And I think some people are at 30K, and I think that's the max. What'd you do? Just grind rep on skeletons, Don? Tell you one thing I'm definitely going to do with this guy that I did with my witch hunter, and I didn't stream it, but I got to level 18, and then I went to spiders, and I went from 18 to 22 in about I think 35 minutes. And then I went back to questing, and I spent another hour and a half running around doing quests, and I had made about a quarter of the level from 22 to 23. I probably could have stayed at spiders until 24, to be honest, and hit 24 in probably another hour. What's the last quest at the spiders? Or at the skeletons? Did you complete the dog quest, Richard? Where you get Dina and have her follow you around? Yeah, spiders are they're just completely different than everything else. Hmm. Oh yeah. I don't think. Can you get that quest done, or is that something you get later? I still got an exclamation mark above her head as well, and I think I've got over 12K in Huntsman rep now. So I don't know if that's an unlock or not. Yeah, I don't think you can get that quest, Richard, unless somebody else wants to say different. Unless it's a rep that nobody has unlocked. Hey, Aaron. Problem with the Ruby Rose rep is it's like wolves and deer and boar you can do it on, and there's not a ton of good spots where there's a lot of them in the same area. Hey, Grim. Man, I don't. Oh, God, that icon is the worst. I think this quest has ever taken me this long. Yep. Oh, how did my target change? Alright, finally finished that quest, but I don't think I have that fast travel. I think that is the fast travel quest, right? Yeah, so now I gotta run all the way back there. So when I got to 12K, I've been spending a decent amount of gold every day trying to get some good stuff. The first day I got a couple of upgrades, some level 27 purple armor, one piece of yellow armor, and been spending probably for about the last 3 or 4 days, probably 5 gold a day. My rule of thumb is I only buy stuff until everything is above 5 silver, and then I stop buying and I wait for the vendor to reset. Otherwise, you'll just go broke super fast. Out of pots now. Didn't even get to the higher level stuff, and I'm out of pots. And I just have not gotten lucky with a weapon. Always get green weapons, so hoping to maybe finish off the rep grind maybe tomorrow or the next day, and then hopefully at 30K I have more luck. Don, what's your luck been at Yeah, I'm already out of potions. At least the small potions. So it's gonna be. I got some more there, but it's gonna be a lot of drinking. I got to get food. Don, what's been your experience once you got to 30K rep and with the vendor? I've gotten I've gotten some 20 plus stuff, but yeah, I still get a lot of the low level stuff too in different colors. And that's the thing. The first day I got some really nice stuff. Actually, the first time I got to 12K rep, I went right to the vendor and bought it out, and I got like 3 upgrades that were really nice. Um, One level 27 shield actually that I gave to Rook. But ever since then, I've had terrible luck. So now I'm kind of trying to hold off a little bit until I get to 30K. See you, Luke. Hopefully, I have some better luck at 30K. How much energy does this guy give? 100. That's not enough. 150. We're gonna go with the mint sprigs. And I don't have a lot of money. Look, I gotta be careful here. I only have 61 silver on this guy. Can't even buy that many. Hopefully I don't die and have to repair. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that those class vendors, they're just such a wide range in this zone. I mean, it's from like level 12 to level 27 gear. Sign, sign that. I'm not sure yet. I mean, Aaron, so I mean, I've only been fighting stuff that's well below my level. I mean, they're going to be useful, but they're not going to be as useful as they were, for sure, especially the shield turret. Um, like I was saying before you got on the stream, you have to spend 3 ability points just to get it up to 55% of your stats, which is 5% less than it was prior to the patch. So to get it above where it was, to get it where it was with like 1 or 2 ability points spent before patch, is going to cost you 6 ability points because you got to get it up to level 3. And that gets you up to 70%. And that's just, it's a big difference. And the problem I have with it is it's you have to do that to make that turret useful, really. Um, but it feels like at end game, the turret is not useful at all because you're never going to get it's not going to absorb anything because the mob's not hitting you. Um, so somebody's going to have to maybe level with it and then probably spec out of it when they get to end game. It would have been fine if you didn't have to put any points in it and you could still use it as a turret when you're soloing with 60% of your stats. But to have to put ability points in it to make it useful, and then at end game, an end game raid, it's useless. Is going to be a hard pill to swallow, and it'll be the same with the taunt turret when you get to, if that's still a thing in the at level 20 or whatever it was before. Yeah, we'll take a look. I I'd say probably when I get up to the higher level mobs like um, the B scores and those kind of things, and the and the skeletons later on for sure. Yeah, only 25%. Like I said, it was 60% and you could upgrade it. Um, so we'll see what happens. I probably need to start putting points into accuracy like all my other characters. I kind of have to really load up accuracy when I first start out in the forest. Get up to at least 20 for a little while. No points in it right now, Grim, because I had everything in the last soft launch version in pistol aim shot. So I do have an ability point here, and I'm not going to put it in the turret yet. First one I'm going to put it in. So I've got all the first 15 in aim shot. I'm putting it right here in this stun to get another 2 seconds on my stun. That way we can do some testing of the turret, and then I feel like I'm going to have to start putting points in my shield turret. But like I was saying, you don't want to put too many because you can't lengthen the time that it's up anymore. So you don't want it dying, or you don't want it living the whole way through the 15 seconds, and then it's just dying with extra health because you've dumped a ton of ability points in there. All right, so I think what I'm going to do actually, I don't have the quest to go. I want to just go over to the other camp and fight those mobs outside of the other camp, but I don't have any quests for over there yet. Yeah, I mean, I agree that was my plan too, and I talked about it on the stream. So hopefully that's not why they changed it. But I don't think it would have been overpowered because their damage isn't that great, right? I mean, is the Shadow Warrior overpowered because they can one shot 2 skulls pretty much all the time, coming out of a crit? I don't think so. I mean, I think it gave the engineer really good survivability. It gave them a really fun way to play. And it was just going to be fun, to be honest, to play them. And we'll see. Maybe it still is, but they just don't have the DPS. So they take a lot longer to kill than other classes, almost like the warrior priest. So they need something to take those hits because they can't take them, right? They'd just be healing and doing pots all the time. I mean, so if you look, I mean, and the only way, like, look right here, even if that was up for another 15 seconds, there's no mobs around for me to pull to it. So because it's not mobile, it still wasn't going to be that overpowered. Well, here's what I would say. So let me just what I've been thinking about as I looked at the breakout here. So they give you 25% of your stats. I would start this at 40%. And then do something where it's like maybe 10-10. So I had it all figured out, but 10-10 gets you to 60. Um, no, because you want to get to 100% eventually. So maybe 25%. First level is 10%, then maybe 15%. So that gets you up to 50. Now, those first two levels, I feel like you have to get at least to 60 where it was before. Let's see. So, no. So, yeah, you start at 40. 10 makes it 50. Another 15 would be 65%. Then do a cooldown or let it stay up for longer, maybe another 5 seconds. Um, and then maybe another 5 seconds, and then like a 30% for level 6. Make level 6 really worth the points. Yeah, it would have been interesting in like the skeleton area, right? Just to continuously keep one up and keep it pulling to the group. I forgot to return to the huntsman, so I'll get this and then return to the huntsman. Then I think I got that bounce back and forth thing to do. Then I want to make it over to the other camp. Looks like I have to visit the blacksmith, which is not good because I do not have a lot of money. Although my gear is pretty awful, so it shouldn't cost me a lot of money. Well, that's the other thing too with turrets, right? Is that you have to level all of them up. So they all got nerfed across the board down to 25%. So yeah, you're right, Grim. That would be something as well, is to do something with a passive that allows you to affect all your turrets. Let's see. See if this guy has any upgrades for me. Level 10 stuff. Level 10 in this zone. That seems ridiculous. Not as far as upgrades from that guy. I haven't really watched Discord too much. Has there been any updates from anybody on from VR as far as iOS, or what's next for that matter, or nothing? No news currently. Really surprising how long that's taking, and hopefully that's not a trend. Because that's going to be a really bad thing if for the game if iOS releases are coming, a full 2 weeks, maybe more than 2 weeks after Android releases. That's not a good look. Yeah, no, I saw that as well. Just waiting for approval. Hopefully, it's because it's the first version of it in the iOS store. Although I think they've had some beta versions of it. So it is really weird that it's taken Apple that long. Well, TAL is the only server regardless of location. Yeah, during soft launch, as far as we know, until global release, it's only the one server. Oh, blacksmith. Yeah, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to get to the other city, and I'm actually going to... I'm going to grind it out. Probably at least... I'll be honest with you, I may grind out to 18 right outside of the city, and then I may go to spiders. I'm not really into running these quests right now. I'm into getting some ability points and having an understanding of how this guy operates in the 20 plus region. Yeah, it's not a bad thing though to play the game for a little while and then start over with some insight. I'm actually putting way too much time into these characters, especially my warrior priest, knowing that I'm just going to completely abandon it. So I'm noticing people seem, besides the skeleton boss, which is the only one that drops jewelry, I'm noticing people are already getting bored with the bosses. I really think that they need to change it to where all the name bosses drop jewelry. There's no good place to get jewelry after the city. Uh, what I mean, Richard, is I won't play on Tail after release. I'll go to a fresh server. I'm definitely playing Warrior Priest in release, but I'll start over. But yeah, as I was saying about the name bosses, again, I think I've talked about this before. I think they should put jewelry on all of them, maybe one or two pieces of jewelry. All the name bosses in the zone. Get rid of the loot that drops off them that is tradable. I mean, go to the auction house, you'll see 20 girdles from the bear for sale. At some point, all that stuff just becomes worthless because it's dropping. There's 10 of them entering the market every day. But with no buying jewelry, what I think it should be for these bosses early on in the game. Oh, make sure I don't die here. Get a stun in. That hit a lot harder than the other stuff. To me, it's a way for people to start grouping together, understanding the fight, and getting a piece of equipment on it. And so I would do it. I would do it quest based. Have a quest around all of those bosses, allowing people to group up, forcing people to group up and try to get their jewelry before they leave the zone. And just do it where it's a daily quest you can do. That way you can keep doing it and getting the kill. Or maybe you only have to kill it once. I don't know. I mean, that's fine as well. It's still a challenge to get a group to go do it with you. But they'd be a great way to get people to cooperate and learn how to fight a boss very early in the game in order to get a reward. Yeah, I think that's another thing. Like the one boss right now that just drops the bow, and I think he drops the bow every time. And so again, you see 20 of those purple bows in the auction house. You know, which means any shadow warrior at level 19 is going to be able to get a purple bow for about 50 silver, right? Because they're all in there. It'd be cool if that was more of a quest, and you could group up with people and you got a quest, an epic quest weapon at level 19. I think that'd be cool. And that just becomes part of your journey. You might use that weapon for the next 3 or 4 levels because it's better than what you can get from the shop. But the sooner you can get a group together to take them down, the better. The longer you're going to use that weapon for. And this guy definitely takes some damage if he doesn't have his shield up. And you can see I'm going through energy pretty fast. Whoops. Try this. I'm going to try dropping my shield turret on one boss. Not boss, but mob. So my shield turret, I mean, he's still up. I think he timed out there. But these guys don't hit very hard compared to mobs later on. Drink some food here. Yeah, Sean, I think they've talked about Doom and hopefully fixing that bug. I think we're all praying two things with food and with the food. One being that they will allow you to eat and drink at the same time, and two that you'll be able to run and eat and drink, and it won't. So just eat and drink on the run or the move. Like I might be drinking food right now. I'm not in combat, but I'd be trying to get my health back up for when I do get in combat. While I'm just running around getting this quest done. Yeah, a couple of painful things with the Slayer right now that hopefully next. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if there's another round of soft launch before global. And if not, what does that mean for global? Do they have zones ready and tested up to level 15? I mean level 50 already, or are we going to be hitting soft caps, right when the game comes out? Don't know. Don't know the answer to that. See if that can hold. So that's holding some aggro too, which is good. Tell you, with some of these lower DPS classes in some areas, it can be hard to get anywhere because you're just Just keep running into the same mobs over and over again, it seems like. But like right here, I've got to wait for my energy to regen, and then I gotta eat food really before I go into the next fight. Yeah, maybe Grim. Don't know. That's why I have stun for situations like that where my shields go down. But I think another thing I've talked about with the engineer with the shield is I think they should make it like the warrior priest righteous shield, where it puts the shield on you and it's not relying on the mob taunting you or the shield taunting the mob. That way it's still got some use in endgame. I'm going to try to run through these guys. That way I can get the quest. Yeah, very possible. Especially if I don't get lucky with gear. A lot of the game depends on getting lucky with gear. At least with your first character. But there's really, to be honest, there's really there's almost no reason to have to do the Skaven quest unless you really want to. See if this guy's got any upgrades for us. I don't really want to lose weapon skill, but I do need more armor. What I really need is better weapons. So there is a engineer vendor here somewhere. Is it this guy? Or is this the Slayer? Oh, he's the engineer. He doesn't want to talk to me yet? Oh yeah, I must have to kill something. Yeah, you are right about that. Yeah, I mean the rate that gear drops in this game, I'm not sure. I've never seen anything quite like it with just the number of like blues, purples, yellows, oranges that do drop and enter the market. It seems like a lot, to be honest. Seems like just an overabundance eventually. And there's definitely some classes that have it a little bit easier with getting the level 20 plus weapons, like Shadow Warriors, for example. The name Snake drops a lot of Shadow Warrior swords, so those are entering the market very quickly. Warrior Priest weapons, though, they are just really hard to come by. See, I'm going to spend a little bit of time. I'm going to really be careful here. Oh, my keyboard's being really... So I cannot wait to be able to play on an iPad, because I am just... This is not looking good. You see, struggling with my hotbar, moving. Shield's back up. Hopefully he'll taunt some stuff off me out of mana. Oh, was that guy not dead? I thought he was dead. Come on, target him. See, I'm targeting my turret. I'm targeting this guy. And that wasn't a bad. That was not bad considering how badly I fought that. I mean, I just was targeting all the wrong things. For sure, Grim. Now, again, it might be easier on a tablet. Even when a lot of times I'll play on my iPad by remoting into. I'll have the emulator up on my computer, and I have the ability to remote into my computer with a program called Splashtop that I have for work. It's a really low latency screen sharing app for everything, but works really well with iOS. And I can actually play the game that way with pretty low latency, to be honest. And I actually find it a little bit easier to use the hotbars doing it that way than using my mouse. I don't like that I can target my turrets. I know there's a skill later on that uses that, but I'd like to be able to filter that if I could. Yeah, I'm finding this very similar to the Witch Hunter. A lot of downtime. And the difference is I'm actually down energy and health after the fight. Where the Witch Hunter was typically fine on energy. And I mean, these aren't even the hard mobs yet. These are like the turret's only hitting this guy for 52. And that's the other thing why they should be more powerful is they're aggro magnets. They're dangerous to use, to be honest, because they're going to pull things towards you if you're not really careful in their use. Yeah, I probably need to. I was gonna run off and fight higher level stuff, but then I realized I do have to finish this quest. As soon as that dies, we're gonna stun. It really is reminding me of the gameplay of the Witch Hunter. A lot of kill one, maybe two mobs, and then sit and rest. I'm gonna kill a 5-skull warhound. What? Where is this person finding a 5-skull warhound? That's nonsense. There's no 5-skull warhound. Oh, maybe in the cave there is. I don't know. I don't remember seeing any warhounds in the cave. There's people trying to get a group together yesterday to go fight some of the level 50s, and I'm like, I don't understand why. You cannot possibly even hit them, and it's just going to one-shot everybody. God, I just want to complete this quest. Yeah, I got to figure out before global what the path is to get this quest when you get into this zone as fast as possible. Although I guess in global, you'll come into this zone around level 12 or 13, probably, or 13 to 14. So that's going to be different than coming in at 15. But you want to get this quest when the mobs are, when you're level 15 for sure. See, the one problem with the way the shield works is a lot of times it's not taunting, right? And I'm still getting hit, so it's not a true shield like the warrior priest shield. I just ate through all that bread I had gotten. Was there? I couldn't remember if there was a 5-star warhound. Nice, but yeah, that cave has all kinds of 5-stars in it. I can't imagine if those things are on the level of difficulty of just regular warhounds compared to other stuff. Those things are going to be vicious. Come on, give me another. Okay, now I can return. Get out of here. Yeah, Grim, they're not easy. I mean, I can beat them with my warrior priest now, but certainly not when I was level 20. And the sad thing is, even if that's considered group content, who's going to go do that and grind mobs there versus go to the spiders? I'm going to say nobody. Just not efficient. Let me see. So I want to go to somewhere. Let's see. I think I've leveled. Got to put some more points in accuracy. This is terrible too. So 1 scrap enhances reflection damage. So that's pretty worthless. Now, here we go. 1 scrap increases duration. Would be good, right? But let's look at reflection. So this is without the scrap. So he's hitting for 96. It's doing 4 damage. When that guy's hitting for 190 something. And you see how he turned on me? So it's not even doing its job of shielding me. They killed the 5-star on the video on the level 50 or what? Is that a level 50, Richard? So now we'll do one with. So it was doing 4 reflection damage before. I mean, it's doing a little bit more, 10. But still, that's not significant. You know, it might do, over the course of a fight, it might do an extra 30 damage. But see how quick he turned on me? I feel like they reduced the taunt effectiveness of him as well as reducing his stats. Oh, okay. I didn't know there was a 5-star, a 5-skull warhound. Did it drop anything good? I didn't even know there was such a thing. Alright, I've actually got to go to town and get some food. Yeah, 4 makes. I fought the level 4 Warhound in the past. I'm going to do something real quick if you guys will bear with me. I'm going to completely restart the emulator and see if it gets less sluggish. Completely close that. Close this. I'm just going to check my task manager, make sure everything's closed out. I did try LD player and it works pretty good. Actually, maybe I'll load that up. Works pretty good, but I tend to crash a little bit more on LD player now, which is pretty interesting. Which is why I went back to BlueStacks. But the frames per second on LD player seemed a little bit better, so we're going to go with that one and try it out. I think this is the right one. So just bear with me for a second while we get this loaded up. There's a few issues with LD player I don't like, but they're not terrible. Maybe I won't play Warhammer and I'm going to play Lovely Pastier instead. Or Epic 7. Maybe that's the name of the game and this is just some kind of advertisement skin or something. The Discord stuff is definitely starting to wind down. Some people are talking still, but with no new content and people just kind of doing the same thing every day, people stop. You get people checking back every once in a while, asking if there's an update, and then some gameplay discussion. I like that they added bug reports and suggestions. A lot of good suggestions. I like to be able to link gear in the channels so people could click on them and see what the gear is. So if you're doing like trying to sell something, probably should be a want to sell channel as well. I feel like this thing is being weird. I guess I have to go full screen. Maximizing it doesn't work really well in LD player. What was expected, Grim? People just lose an interest after a couple weeks. And that's what worries me. If I don't know, what's going to happen, is when does the leveling curve really start to exponentially increase? Hopefully it does, because I certainly don't want everybody to be level 50 in the first 2 weeks of the game. I think that would be a big problem for VR if leveling is such that you can reach max level. I think there's a way to turn frames per second on in here. 28. Oops, I don't want to go full screen. Yeah, every time I minimize it, bring up the volume there. Yeah, still really low. And I think I've got this on terrible resolution as well, but I don't. If I crash, I'll switch back to the other one, but not until I do that. Oh, I do have to still drop this chick off. Let's go do that real quick. Make sure I go to the right place. Yeah, at some point it just needs to be like exponential experience needed per level, and whether that, when we haven't really seen that yet. If you grind mobs, it's going to take you about as long to get from 20 to 30 as it is going to take you to get from 10 to 20. So hopefully, maybe by next zone, 30 to 31 takes double the experience that 29 to 30 did, and the next level takes double that experience. Maybe not double, but something exponential to where it's going to take people. I'd like it to take people a couple months to get to level 50, to be honest. Not a couple of weeks. Whew, max level in CH. That's a different story. I mean, you're talking months. If you start from scratch and you don't spend any money and you don't get any experience, elixes, some people play it for years and aren't max level. And that may seem bad, but you got to remember as well, that game didn't start out at level with 220 being the soft cap level. It started off at like 50 or something. And then just kept slowly raising. I don't know the whole history of when they made the raises and how much they raised it up, but it was definitely something that happened over time. Problem is I'm out of bread. So we're going to do that. Ah. All right, we're going to do some testing here in a second on this turret, try and figure out how many hit points it has. Just want to finish this quest. Get to 18, then I'll probably go grind on spiders for a little while. Get some levels going. Alright, so we're going to pull this guy. Well, I have to get him a little bit closer to me. Hopefully he gets taunted. Come on. Alright, so let's see. So 150. He's going to die, so 300. So like right there, he's got way more. I think he's got more than 300 hit points, but probably not much more, to be honest. Because I only have like 1,500, and he's only got 25% of my stats. Oh, and then he pulls. Oh, and that guy's going to aggro too. Yeah, see what I mean about how that guy... The shield was still up, but I had aggro. So you don't have time to sit there with the shield only being up for 15 seconds. You don't have time for him to sit there and let him take aggro because, I don't know, you're just wasting its time. You need to be able to attack the mob right away. So I think the shield needs to be on you. Personal opinion, I guess. Okay, still got the woofs to do. Go this way. I'm going to use a lot of potions because I have no bread at the moment. So like this is a 2 skull. I had to use both my turrets. I used both my turrets, my stun, and look at my energy and health, and I started, I think, full. That's just a 2 skull. That's not good. I mean, without bread, I just have to keep popping pots. I mean, this is only a level 16. He's below my level, so... Hold on, let's... we're going to add another 15% to shield. I think that's a must. Still got to be careful because of dropping the shield and over aggroing. You can see mana. Energy is definitely a problem. The shield took some good damage there. I think it might have even died on timeout, not on damage. So I'm at 40% of my stats right now with that one ability point. So what, maybe 600 health? What we don't know is what other stats it affects. Like, does it dodge? Does it evade? Those kind of things. See, like there, that fight, I probably should have used my stun since the shield wasn't up yet. Would have been the smart play there. See how it's hitting me? Hit me twice instead of my shield. Not good. And now the rest of my shield gets wasted. Because I can't do anything with it. It's not, I don't know, it's not terrible gameplay right now, but it could be improved. It's not as fun. Definitely not as fun as it was before. This is another area another quest that you really want to get to this quest. God, I don't want to use all my potions. You really want to get to this quest when you're level 15 or 16. Because it takes a lot of killing to get everything you need. And you're just not efficient killing stuff below your level as far as how much experience you get. So there's my level up to 18. I just want to finish this quest and get to spiders. Got another action point. I think my shield turret is okay right now. I think this is going to be worth it. Get my weapon turret up to 40%. So again, I spent 2 ability points so far just to bring my turret back to 80% of what it was before the nerf, which is, you know, really unfortunate. I don't need one of those yet. I just need one more of these. So let's see what's that hitting for now. 152. I like that. Alright, finally finished those quests. Although I think there's a follow-up quest too. I don't even know if I want to do it right now. Oh, I got to stat up too. I think I got to go more accuracy. Now what skills? So weapon skill and focus. Weapon skill and focus. So weapon skill and focus are this guy's. We're going to get to 20 accuracy. And then energy is pretty low, but you get so many pots. I don't like to put anything into energy because you just get so many pots. And then I gotta go weapon skill, I think. This increases my utility turrets, but this increases my damage and my offensive turret damage. So I think I gotta go with weapon. Turn in these. Then we're gonna go to spiders and turn on the afterburners as far as leveling goes. Oh, did I have another one of these to kill? 1 second, phone call. I thought I had finished this quest, but apparently not. Alright, now we finally finished that quest. Alright. Not a very chatty group today in YouTube land. Sometimes we get good conversations going, but I think there's not a lot of new stuff to talk about, so maybe that's why. Gotta sell, gotta check the vendor, see if we can get lucky. Something. Some kind of upgrade. I probably will equip that. Let's see. Oh, I like that one better. It's got the 5 wounds and the armor upgrade. That's an upgrade as well. You must get a lot of gold from quests. I'm up to 2 gold already now. I was almost out. Although I do have to buy food now. So that's going to suck up a good 50 silver. Alright, let's see if we can get lucky here on... Nope. 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 And what I have in my bag is better than that, so farewell to that guy. It's probably smart, Sean. I stopped as well. I couldn't figure out anything else worth putting him into on my witch hunter. Which which path did you go down as far as when you get to where you have to pick one of the 2 skills? There's been a couple people saying they don't mind the witch hunter, but I think those people went like all initiative, and that's just not a viable thing long term. I don't think. This is why some of these classes, I mean, they're just so much harder to gain any gold with. Because look at how much I have to spend on this stuff. This was the witch hunter's problem as well. I mean, I just spent a gold and a half or almost a full gold, I think. Hmm. Yeah, the problem I had with that skill is it's hard to save up. I don't remember. What is it? Conviction? Is that what the Witch Hunter is, or is that Shadow Warrior? Whatever it is, it's hard to save up because you're using your one skill that removes a mark to crit. Yeah, really hard to save. It's the mechanics are a little wacky with the Witch Hunter. I think needs some work. I think they've acknowledged it needs some work. So they've taken some suggestions. See what they come up with. Reserve judgment for now, but some people could play it, torture themselves through it, or they like the play style. Maybe it isn't torture, and then wait for the buff later on. Or maybe Mark becomes so overpowered at endgame. I'm not sure. Yeah, you're not lying, Grim. Does seem like a lot. I was thinking that one. Thought that was one Slayer just doing wicked damage, but it was two of them. As I was watching those numbers fly by. That's where those turrets come in. Drop them down and keep running. All right, let's see. So it's 10:08. We're in the spider area now. Although I still do have a really terrible weapon. So that is going to be an issue. And they are 2 levels above me as well. So I may want to be a little bit more careful, not pull 3 of them at once. But look at I just dinged 18, so I'm already... let's see, I need to assign food as well. Sign... So what I'm doing here is I'm just autoing, letting that turret take the damage. Now my shield is up again. I am out of mana though. I'm gonna stun to save my health. Missing a lot because this guy's actually 3 levels higher than me. I gotta get back to the level 20 guys here real quick. Kind of got myself in a bad spot here. Grim Plus get it released on iOS, right? I mean, not only do they have to get it this version released, but clearly they're going to have an upgraded version released. Yeah, for sure, Lima. I mean, I'm not. If I was playing this zone for the first time, I would do the quest because it's just a little bit more fun, even if it's slower. What's the real What's the real hurry? I really don't like that the mobs are hitting me instead of my shield. I just took 200 damage and I've got my shield turret up. That doesn't make sense to me. So now I really, by all rights, should be eating again instead of going into another fight. I'm going to fight my way this way, even though I'm going to try and avoid that guy. Levels this Shadow Warrior, of course. He's just blasting through things. Yeah, level 23, that's to be expected. Get that quest done. You've really got to be careful with that shield turret. There go my potions. No, I don't want to fight another one. I mean, at least I'm surviving, I guess. And that's good. Not in good shape. I mean, Richard, the problem is the turret only lasts 15 seconds and also only has a certain amount of health. So now the turret's taking damage and it's cool, or its timer's going and you're not doing any damage. So it's kind of like a trade-off. I mean, you can let it get just a touch of damage, but even there, like you saw, I mean, you can have it pulse maybe a couple times. But look, it just turned on me there. I mean, I can't leave it on for that much longer. Look at now it's dead. I mean, so we'll experiment with that a little bit more here in a second. If I live, I have one potion left, so this is about to really get hard. And now these mobs are slightly higher level than me. I just need to grind a little bit more to get to 19, and it's going to come a little bit easier. And I do have a really bad weapon. Let this guy come to me. One skulls are no problem. So watch. So if I drop it, so I took 103 damage already. I let it pulse. Let's say that's the third pulse. I get on it. It's already turned on me, right? So now it's turned back, which is good. And now it's dead. And now I'm on my own. It's just... Last pot gone, no energy. Almost leveled though, but I am 0 pots. Yeah, I think the shield, it needs to be on your character, not based on taunt. Because what's the difference between a taunt turret later on and the shield turret right now? It doesn't seem like there's a difference. Whew, I needed that level up bad. We got to get to a safe spot here. We got to... I don't think I've got anything I'm going to stat up because I think I'm going to save. And I got these to stat up. I think I'm good in accuracy now. Could definitely use some more wounds. Maybe not that much. Let's not get crazy. Save 2 points. Get this up at a 55%. The problem is I don't know if he's dying. I got to watch the timer. I got to see if he's dying from hits or just dying from 15 seconds. No reason to increase his stats if he's just dying from seconds. I don't think that's worth it. Maximum energy might be something I have to look at. Actually, it's this one that might not be worth it. The increases maximum health of your turrets. Again, I just don't know if this is worth it when they're only up for 15 seconds. So let's look at this turret. And so, whoops. I tried to run away in time. Do I not have enough mana? Fumbling. I don't know how I beat both of those guys. Back to eating. That could be Grim. Maybe not be a taunt turret. Always gaming. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've said before that was a bug, but I won't speak for VR, but I think I've heard them say that was a bug, and hopefully we'll get fixed. Um, and I'm thinking about going to the auction house, to be honest. I shouldn't have to struggle through this with a level 14 weapon. Hey, Sean. Oh, no, I don't want to fight another one. Oh, that's going to be the end of me for sure. Got to be careful with auto attack in that area. Alright, so we got to 19. I think I'm going to check these vendors. Try not to cheat it too much, but I think I'm going to go to the auction house. I'm out of potions. And the thought of continuing on without potions, with my shield turret not taunting things off of me very efficiently, my weapon turret not, my gun turret not doing nearly the damage that it was pre-patch. No, it wasn't me. It was Always Gaming was asking. No. It was Lima asking about the Slayer pot debuff with Doom bug, and I imagine he means, if you use a 600 health pot, it only does, and a heal from anybody else only does a certain percentage of it if you have Doom, and I'm pretty sure that's been noted as a bug. I like how he said the Slayer charm. Still no upgrade here. Come on, lucky vendors. Play the vendor gambling game. That's a big upgrade. We will take that. Still need a hammer, though. Maybe this guy's going to give me a hammer. Oh, that's Slayer gear. This engineer guy over here. That's an upgrade as well. Not a big upgrade, but upgrade nonetheless. Alright, so we at least got a couple weapon upgrades. I'll refrain from hitting the auction house. I'll play it fair. Got it from the vendors, fair and square. Upgraded a level 12 pistol and a level 13 hammer, so I was 6 and 7 levels behind my weapon, or my level, with my weapons, which is quite a bit. Alright, we're going to go right back to the spiders and see what those weapon upgrades do for us. My hammer stats, well, I can't stop here. That bear is going to kill me potentially. Is this the new farm spot? People like to farm these bears for faction. I'll look at my hammer stats in a minute, Sean. I'm not in a good place to stop, really. My hammer stats are, it's a level 16 hammer, just gray one, 78 power, that's it. And then my pistol's a level 19, 104 power, green. So neither of them anything special. Okay. When I don't know what you mean by troll slayer. Is that one of their specializations? Oh man, I was looking at chat. Looking at chat and I'm gonna die. Definitely got to be careful in the spider area. Slayer tank. I would say wounds and probably weapon is your two main. Yeah, accuracy when you get into the forest, about 20 is what you want. Maybe 20. I'd say 30 accuracy once you get up to level 30, but between 20 and 24, you want to kind of target when you're level in your mid or early 20s. I think I had one potion, but man, no pots can be rough. Once you get into a situation with no pots, any ads are tough to deal with. What's interesting is I don't remember if I gave my witch hunter really good weapons before I came to the spiders, but it actually had an easier time at the spiders than I'm having with this guy. Oh, no, I don't want anything to do with a brown bear. Just taking way too much damage with my shield turret up. I took way more damage than it did there. Yeah, this is where I've got to be careful. Hopefully I don't die while I'm in this trade. This is probably Sean. Oh, what's he got for me? This is kind of cheating a little bit. See how good it is. Level 14. It's not overly cheating because it's a level 14, but it is an upgrade. Plus 13, so we'll take it. Since I had that pause, I'm going to back up a little bit. Yeah, they have no crits. That's the problem. Well, the Witch Hunter has the burst damage, but it takes... You got to get into the fight and cast the skill first. It's not opening burst damage. Shadow Warrior, a lot of times, they're killing the 1 skulls on the opening hit, and sometimes the 2 skulls are almost dead on the opening hit, so it makes a big difference. But it's also the fact that the turrets they're not doing as much damage as they were before because, man, these guys have really cleared out this area. Because they're only starting at 25% stats. So they're not, the weapon turret's not doing as much damage. The shield turret's not taunting and taking as much damage. So that means I am taking more damage. Unfortunately, Aaron, I would have to agree. You could watch my streams playing the engineer in the city pre-nerf or balance. Let's call them balance changes because it wasn't live, so we can't really call them a nerf, but we'll call them balance changes. And then you can watch it now, and just my level of excitement towards the class is completely different. And I don't think they were overpowered before. It's not like I breezed through the city with my engineer so much easier than every other class. And that right there, the way that fight went, that is kind of the power of the turret and the fun of the turret. Now I'm in trouble because I accidentally attacked this 3 skull. I've got nothing left. Got my stun up and my weapon. Oh, another one spawned on me. Come on. Oh, my target switched. Out of pots. We're not going to get him. Ah. 3-star elite. Yeah, VR, if you're watching, I mean, you know, just Again, I don't care if I die. That's not the thing. But you're listening to people who are really thinking about playing the engineer before. It was not overpowered by any means. I think pre-nerf you should have let people play the forest. Not yet. Always gaming. Not yet. We're still waiting. Yeah, even my witch hunter, I was able to at level 18 go to the spiders and level to 21 in a very short amount of time with no deaths. And that's again, so the danger with the turrets is they auto pull mobs towards you. Spiders have really low aggro range. That's one of the reasons why they're really good to level on. But your turrets are going to pull them, and they're just not strong enough to help you take on 2 or 3 mobs in a row without rest, unless you have pots. Time is it? I'm gonna probably try and get to 20 and then probably end it for tonight. I don't want to be up too late. I actually thought this was going to go a lot smoother than it has, but the change of turrets is really affecting the leveling here. I can't even imagine when I have to start fighting bears. So you just got to be super careful here with the turrets. You can't, got to pull everything to you. See, so now it takes time for that to energy is a big problem with the engineer. Maybe get to a safe spot. Maybe that's an idea with the shield turret is to let it give you energy regen. So if you let's go to the shield turret. This scrap is fine. 1 scrap enhances the turret damage. Instead of reflection, I mean they could do it. It gives you back a certain amount of energy regen while it's up, because the reflection is worthless. So let's give it something that would help, and a certain amount of energy regen would definitely help while the turret's alive. Like to see that. I was gonna say health regen, but I really want to see them change the witch hunter into more of a lifesteal class. Don't know if they will, but it's my wish list. I don't think I'm gonna move past here until I'm level 20. Just the problem is he's gonna get at least 1 hit on me. But just to get the mob over to that thing, I had to waste probably half of its uptime, half of its 15 seconds. And now we eat again. Yeah, I mean, that's the suggestions a lot of us gave. We gave a lot of suggestions. I think the Witch Hunter, if they change the passives, that'll help. I think they've got to stop the 1 skill flourish. They've got to allow it to do the crit if it's got a mark on the mob, but not take the mark away. I think that's key for the long-term longevity of the whole mark mechanic and letting people stack them up. Can't have a mechanic for stacking them up and then a mechanic early on for removing them at the same time. See, I almost... I feel like when I level, I might put another point into my gun turret. Yeah, they've talked about it. That is a bug, so they should be fixing that hopefully soon. I don't know if that means global launch or what. Alright, so this guy's level 18, right? Shadow Warrior. Decent equipment, not fantastic. I don't know, maybe he's watching my stream. I don't know if this guy's watching my stream or not. I actually wanted to see him just decimate these spiders. Here we go. Let's follow him. It's just, no, he might be watching my stream. There he goes. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's watching my stream. If you are, then I don't really want help leveling it. I appreciate it if you're watching my stream, but I don't really want help because I'm trying to see what the class is like balance-wise. Still missing a lot. I got to put some more points into accuracy. Okay, so we leveled up. So the question is, first of all, we're going to put more points in accuracy. I do find 24 is a good number. And do we go with another 15% to my weapon turret? I think we're going to go into the tanking turret, another 15%. I mean, so that's what's just, it just hurts, you know. That's, what, well, that's 3 points in just to get to 55%, which is 5% less than what it was before. Kind of hurts the soul a little bit. But let's see if it pays off. So 136, 172, 145, 180, 201. So it took really good damage. But if you saw, what happened was, if I went another level, so let's watch it again. So if we're watching the 15 seconds here, if I could target. Why is it not showing my timer? Guess I'm going to have to count, manually count. I want to see if that turret's dying from damage or dying from 15 seconds. So we're going to wait again for these mobs real quick. I don't want to get in too deep while I'm doing this testing. Yeah, Lima, they're definitely going to do the Witch Hunter passives. I don't know what they're going to do, but Richard asked a lot of questions, took some suggestions from people both on my stream and then in the Witchhammer which hunter chat. All right, so we're gonna count here. So 1 1000, 2 1000, 3 1000, 4 1000, 5 1000, 6 1000, 7 1000, 8 1000, 9 1000, 10 1000, 11 1000, 12 1000, 13 1000, 14 1000, 15 1000, 16 1000. So he died there. It's taking good damage, right? It died from the timeout. So I'm 2 levels in. Let's make sure I get this fight. I'm only 2 levels in. I'm at 55% of my stats. And it's dying from the timeout, not from the mob's damage. So if we look at the next level, why would I spend another 3 points to get another 15% if it's going to time out before it uses those hit points? This is where I think they should be adding another 5 seconds to duration, and then another 15% potentially, and then another duration. So what would that be? That'd be 30%, or if they went 15, 15. How about this? 15, 15, 5 seconds, 20, which gives you 50% more in your stats, and then another 5 seconds of duration here, and then start you at 50%. So you can still get to the 100% you can get to now, but you can get to 100%, 30-second cooldown, 20-second or 25-second duration. I think that'd be pretty balanced for the shield turret. Could have just walking by that guy. Now here I'm trying to conserve mana by not. I'm going to finish him with my pistol. Although I really should be starting the next fight with my pistol, so. Here we're going to depend on this guy to pull. Start building up some scrap. Probably save my next 2 points for the weapon turret. Yeah, but the problem with the turrets is going to be how fast you're going to move in dungeons, right? I mean, you know, if the way that you farm skelly bosses in a group is any indication of how fast dungeons will be, you know, you're going to be dropping your turret and then leaving it behind 3 seconds into it being up. So it really just depends. This guy's going to come and slay everything in sight. This is where I'm in the danger zone here. Come back here, let that archmage go and slaughter everything. Oh, I thought I put that down. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end it there. I'm just going to park this guy. Maybe hit it up again tomorrow. Got to level 20, so did 5 levels. And, I don't know, 2 hours and 15 minutes. Died a lot. Did get somebody to give me an epic weapon. Oh, this spider wants some of me. But, Yeah, we might pick it up. I'm gonna get my here. Here's what we'll do first. We'll load up the warrior priest before I end the stream and see if we can hit the vendor and see if we can get lucky. So give me a second here, just loading up another instance. Get my warrior priest loaded in here. Log this guy out. Maybe even run around for a second, see if any bosses are up. So I did get my witch hunter. Here's my witch hunter. I did get him up to. I thought I got him higher than 20, but I guess I stopped at 20. Or no, does that say? I think that says 23. This screen's a little buggy. I think he's 23. I don't remember. I think I might have logged this guy off after farming, so he might be just full of junk that I have to sell first. But we'll just go look at the vendor. I don't like. It sucks that you can't do a lot of things if you've got all 20 slots full. You can't accept. Actually, you could accept mail, but you can't trade. You can't buy anything if you're overloaded. Thanks, Richard. I'm gonna check out the. Yeah, this is kind of the area between wolves. I like to farm on wolves because they give 3 factions. So if you look, most of the wolves, actually this one only gives Ruby Rose and hashtag, but there are some. These ones down here, I believe, give all 3, but they're a lot higher skulls. Actually, no, I think I went past it. But there are some wolves that give Huntsman, Rose, and hashtag faction, which is at least that's good that you're getting 3. This guy can. Sometimes I get done farming and my guy can barely walk. It takes me 60 seconds to walk over to this guy. I'll have to start keeping any gear I get that I could use on an engineer. I don't know why I'm keeping that. This I think I'm going to try and put in the auction house. That I could probably sell in the auction house. This I definitely going to put in the auction house. Because warrior priest weapons are really rare. Good ones. That's the same weapon I'm still using. And I've actually got 2 of them. Alright, so we'll go to... Oh, I do got mail. I wonder if I sold some auctions. So let's look at my rep before we go into this guy. Here's my stats on the warrior priest. Up to 414 armor, 3,200 hit points. Decent resists. Up to 24,335 with Ruby Rose and 20,075 with hashtag and 14,000 with Huntsman. But Ruby Rose is what I need. This looks like a reset, so I'll quickly scroll down. We'll see what this one is. See, level 14. You get excited for a second, and that's a level 14 with initiative and leadership on it. So now what I do is I look for the lowest priced items. Anything under 5 silver. Sometimes the 6 is close enough. Sometimes if if my gold is building up. So we'll buy a bunch of those. This might be good. Look at it. That's 1 gold, 54 silver. And because all it has is resist on it, I couldn't even sell that, I don't think, in the auction house. So that's a bad roll on a... No, I can't buy anymore. I gotta sell what I got here. So just hoping for a weapon. That's all I want. Got a couple of other pieces I could upgrade as well, but I really need a weapon. See, level 17, leadership and resist. Nobody will buy that. I can buy these because that's under my... Nope, nobody's gonna buy those. Buy this. This is gonna be one of the last. I might be able to sell this. That's another great hammer. That's a level 27 with 14 weapon skill. I'm gonna buy that too. I'm gonna put that in the auction house. And that's it. I won't go anymore. I'm not gonna chase. Now who knows? Maybe you get a better chance. If I were to buy this, maybe I get a better chance of something else even better dropping. I don't know. But I'm not going to spend all my gold. Some of the things I've got from the auction house I can show here. Or not from the auction house, from the vendor by doing this. And again, it was the very first day I got to 12k rep. I got this iron circlet, and this actually loaded in on a refresh. I didn't even have to buy anything. 46 armor, accuracy 1, magic pierce resist 9, and weapon skill 6. I was real happy with that. That was a big upgrade. I got these pants after buying some stuff. 54 armor, 5 wounds, 11 slash resist, 6 focus. So my 2 key stats as a healer plus a couple of resist. Some high armor was good. I got these two. These are pretty good actually. 6 focus, 6 wounds. I'd rather that be slash resist. I've got still the bear hide cloak. This is really good. So I'd have to get a really good roll with a level 27 to replace this. And these could be replaced, but they do have 10 wounds and 7 focus. So again, I've got to get a really good roll of a level 27 to replace those. I think my boots, I went over those. But yeah, my weapon's not great. Power 160, weapon skill 10. And I've never done the math. Don, are you still on? I'm curious if anybody's done that math. If 158 power and I lose 2 power is worth me gaining 4 weapon skill. How does that equate? Power versus weapon skill. Does anybody know that's on the stream still? Now this one actually... No, because this one gives me wounds and I lose 10 weapons. So I don't think that's a good trade-off. So better with power, you think, Chad? I don't want to equip it. I mean, I can equip this one, +1, and then -1 weapon skill. So if I go to stats, 160 power. Oh, that one's buying an equip too. I don't want to. I don't want to equip that one either. So this one is bound. This was my old weapon. -10 weapon, -1 power. See, I'm not sure. I mean, so I only lost 1 power by doing that. So the weapon skill doesn't show on power. See that? So weapon skill does not affect your power rating. It just seems to affect your damage. So watch, I was at 159. So power is only directly what your weapon gives. Hopefully I didn't just equip one of the ones I didn't want to equip. So power is just what your weapon gives. Your weapon skill must just add damage, right? Or is something bugged there? Because I'm only gaining 1 power by equipping something that gives me 1 power and 10 weapon skill. That doesn't seem right. We'll take a look. See, we'll see if anything's up. Think it's bugged, Lima? Just the description of it. You think it should show? Richard, are you still on? Does that make sense? What I'm saying is that I'm equipping something with 10 weapon skill, and 1 power more than my other weapon, and it's only increasing my power by 1. It's so much different running around as a level 30 warrior priest. I don't really worry about anything. You can, if you have Android, you can download it if you're in one of the regions, Chad, and you can check the Warhammer Discord to see what the regions are. Snake Boss isn't up. Or you went all resist on your Slayer. I don't know about how high did you get on resist? Is that one not working? I don't know if that one got updated. So they came out with an update a few weeks ago, Chad, and I don't know if that updated on TapTap. But if you have Android, you can use a VPN and go to one of the selected countries, and then it should show up in the Play Store. And Lima, did you think that worked really well? There's been times where I've had my slash resist up to about 80 against definite slash resist or slash mobs, and it didn't seem to make a huge difference. And Lima, what class is that? I'll go back to Skelly's after I see this and see how much they're hitting me for. Well, that's what we don't know, Richard. We're trying to figure out, like, weapon skill. It doesn't seem to show. There's a couple of people here. It doesn't seem to show on your stats anywhere. Like your weapon damage. Like, how much damage do you actually do? Oh, so yeah, you're going to take less damage than me on per hit because of Doom then, but Let me go back there and I'll see what Skelly's hit me for since his bear boss isn't up. So we want to go to map. The only name boss I think I haven't soloed with this guy so far is the skeleton, the level 25 skeleton, because of course he's never available to solo. I'd love to solo it or get a group together and kill it and get those jewelry pieces, but it's farmed 24/7, which is unfortunate. Like this whole area is just mobbed with people. I just want to find one. There's one over there. Let me see if I can get it on me. Yeah, so see, he's even with 400 and some armor. I mean, 62, 58. Hit me once, there's 135. That's, I guess, the third hit, 121. This is one thing I don't like about the Warrior Priest. Let me just go into my abilities real quick. I've maxed this out, Hammer of Sigmar. Hits for 1200. That's terrible compared to other classes and what their skills hit for. Farming rep, Chad, so I've killed, let's see, if I have, no, I don't want a group. So let's do the math there. If I've killed 24,000, if I've got 24,000 rep divided by 5, I've killed 4,800 mobs just to get that rep. So you tend to get a lot of potions. Although I'm killing low level mobs, so I'm only getting the medium potions, and some of the lows I'm not getting the juicy ones that I'll need, next zone here. So I need to start farm stats page. Down here you've got your reputation for the different zones. And there's different levels, so basically when you first start out, 600 is the first tier. Normally that doesn't do anything, but in Crimson Defiance, 600 helps unlock a quest. So you have to get to 600. And then the next level, I think, is 2,000. Then 4,000, then 15,000. Well, maybe 200 is the starting point for some. And maybe 6,000. And then, so it's 4,000, 6,000, I guess, then 12,000, then 30,000 is the final one. And the big thing for rep right now is your class vendor. You have a higher chance, the higher rep you have, the higher chance you have for your class vendor to give you the option to buy better gear, more colored up gear. Sometimes I go check the other vendors just to see if I get lucky, because I do have rep in at least 12K in both of these up here. So I've got at least 12K in this one. Nothing really there. Yeah, it's rep is a definite grind. Wish there was something I could go kill on my warrior priest, but I don't think those will sell. Never know. Oh, somebody's talking to me. Who is it? Let's see. Hey, Zathrox. I don't know if you're watching the stream, but I'll respond to you here as well. Oh, yep, I see you. So you want to look at the vendor. So the class vendor will show you. So you see right here above his head, it says the Huntsman. So that's the Huntsman rep. Over here on the Witch Hunter, you see hashtag Inquisitors. So typically, they are outside the area, but there's places all around that will give the different reps. So if we go back here to the forest, we've got the Huntsman hero. We got the hashtag Inquisitors hero. And then you just got to kill mobs and then see which ones give the best rep. Right now, pretty much everything gives 5. There's a couple mobs that give 12. I do know of one mob that gets 50 to 1 rep, but I'm not letting that go in case I want to farm it because it's only one mob. And I'm sure other people have found it, but I'm not letting that out of my hat right now. I'm going to go check the auction house, and then I'm going to retire. If anybody ever gets a good priest weapon, I will buy it for sure. Zathrox, have you streamed an engineer yet? That's what I was doing tonight before I got the warrior priest on. They're definitely not as fun as they were pre-patch. The nerf to turrets is definitely real. I mean, they're viable, just like the Witch Hunter. They can be viable, but just not as fun as far as the machine engineer. Turrets just aren't living up to it. You have to put too many points into them to make them viable, which means you're not putting those points into other things. Nobody wanted that? Piece of crap. I sold this. I sold a circlet for 5 gold. I think I bought that off the vendor for a gold. So that's a good markup. I like that. Anybody else use their mail as a holding ground? I got all this stuff just sitting in my mail. Okay, I should have a couple of auction, just waiting for auction house slots to clear up. Hopefully this stuff isn't damaged. I hate when I go over here and I can't put stuff in the auction house because it's damaged. So let's just see what is available for warrior priest weapons. Low level stuff, all low level stuff. Warrior priest weapons just seem extremely rare. It's a good shield. Somebody needs a shield. That's a really good shield. See how much we can get for this. Yeah, let's not be too greedy. I definitely want it to sell. This one sells fast. Not 45 gold. This one sells fast. I've got another one. Should be an upgrade for somebody. What is this? Is that gonna sell? That should sell. Somebody leveling up a warrior priest. So Chad, my favorite character right now is a warrior priest, healer. Let's see, no slots left. I really like the engineer pre-nerf or pre-balance changes, but I'm not as big a fan of it now. The Shadow Warrior with swords and bow, they're both pretty fun. I actually prefer blades than bow. Um, but there's so many of them that it's not a class I would play. Right now, I'm playing Warrior Priest Healer. This guy's a Warrior Priest Healer, yeah. They can be slow to kill, slow to kind of get geared up and start doing stuff, but once they really start to up their armor and their hit points and their heals, they're pretty fun. And I've said this a lot of my things. I went with this skill lead the way. This skill is atrocious for many reasons. I should have went with this skill here. And if we look between 1,000 and 1,594 damage, if I would have maxed this out, that's another 100% damage with a 5-second cooldown. So this would have been 2,030 damage to 3,100 and 80 damage, and then another 60% if I save up 3 faith. So I would have been doing hits on mobs with one skill that cost me 44 mana on a 9-second cooldown for almost 4K a lot of times, I think, and I just messed that up. And I honestly, I wouldn't even go up to level 6. I wouldn't spend these points here because chances are by the time this cools down, once you go get rid of these 2 seconds, it's a 12-second cooldown. You're not going to have 3 faith back at 9 seconds. So level 6 is a no-go. You don't need that extra 3 seconds. Just go up to level 5. Lead the way. It's not enough damage. Even if you were to max it out. Number one, you have to have Armor of Righteousness to get the 50% damage boost instead of it using Faith like this one. And Armor of Righteousness is only up, only up for, however long it lasts, every 120 seconds unless you start to cool it down. And then damage-wise, you can only increase it by 50% with skills. And the biggest problem with it is it's cone-shaped, and mobs tend to try and encircle you. So you're constantly trying to manipulate where your character is to get them all, together and in front of you, and you're just wasting DPS as you're doing it. So it just is not a good skill. All right, well, I think I went an extra half an hour than I wanted to, just hoping I could find a better weapon. No such luck today, but we're going to work on that faction tomorrow, get up to 30K, and then hopefully we can get something. I don't know if there's any warrior priests that are at 30K yet, but maybe. But I'm signing off, guys. Sure, Dreammaker, we'll PvP. Last time I PvP'd a Shadow Warrior, I died instantly. I didn't even get... He stunned me, and then I died. I didn't even get a... The problem with dueling is it still actually breaks your equipment. Oh, I gotta move. Am I in the dueling area now? There we go. Oh, we got an initiative build. Look at this. Initiative build Archmage. Ha! Look at how ridiculous this is. Yeah, I'm not sure, Sathrax. It's hard for me to schedule when I'm going to be able to do streams. Look at how ridiculous this is. That is so stupid. Anyway, maybe they'll do something about that because that just makes PvP no fun, to be honest. If nobody can hit you, you're an archmage and nobody can melee you. Come on. All right, I'm out.